Follow us on Facebook.com/KFDM News.
Right now at 6 on the fly, why first responders are showing off helicopters, planes, and other life-saving tools they rely on when disaster strikes. Celebrating survivors, remembering lives lost, how this gathering is helping the community fight back against cancer.
Live from the KFDM studios, you're watching KFDM 6 News, The Weekend Report.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Aaron Drawhorn. A milestone tonight. We are coming to you live from our brand new studio inside our brand new television station right here on Walden Road for our very first broadcast from this state-of-the-art content center. It is a new era, but we're still KFDM. We're still Fox 4. We are a part of your community you can count on. First tonight, weather is front and center. Wind gusts up to 40 miles an hour, blowing down trees, knocking out power to hundreds. KFDM Chief Meteorologist Greg Bostwick joining us now, tracking the gust and what's ahead this windy weekend, Greg.
Well, Aaron, it's been a wild day. We've had those wind gusts 40 miles per hour in many spots for today, and they still think winds are going to be strong tomorrow. So boating, probably a big negative at this point. We'll take a look at what's going on first on our weather camera. We're on Interstate 10 and I think College. Well, actually we're at the port of Port Arthur down that way. And the winds are definitely bouncing around a little bit, the camera right now. We've had some gusts, like I said, around Sabine Lake of 30 to 40 miles per hour this afternoon. See on the live weather network right now, Lumberton Middle School, gust to 31 and winds remain gusty out of the east-southeast. Not too warm today, just lots of clouds holding the temperature down. 81 degrees for the high, 78 degrees right now. And let's jump over to Sabine Pass. They've had the strongest wind gusts so far at 40 miles per hour. Southeast winds now at 17, and there's a gust there to 22 and 77 degrees after a high of only 79. So far, we've avoided much rain. We've had a few sprinkles in the last few hours, but I think that will change. The problem tonight is in North Texas. Wichita Falls area back into Oklahoma. We have tornado warnings out around Wichita Falls. There's rotation in those storms coming through the Wichita Falls area right now, heading across the Red River. Obviously a tornado watch in that area, but most of the state, compared to that, very quiet. Just partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies over central Texas. And temperatures, hey, we actually have one of the coolest temperatures in the state right now. El Paso a little bit cooler. We have 78. But 96 out toward Del Rio and low to mid 80s over central Texas. We definitely have some storms in the forecast, though. It looks like beginning as early as tomorrow night. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
This weekend about gathering emergency supplies for the upcoming hurricane season. You get a nice tax break. The emergency supplies begin at midnight. It continues through tomorrow night. Southeast Texas has seen more than its share of disasters. We don't have to tell you about that. M&D Supply on College Street in Beaumont, one of many stores you can visit this weekend. They have everything from generators to chainsaws, a lot more to help you weather the storm and not pay that sales tax that quickly adds up. Go to KFDM.com for a list of which items qualify and which ones do not. Families tonight sifting through the rubble after a tornado plowed through suburban Omaha, Nebraska, demolishing homes and collapsing buildings. We just checked at least 18 injured. Remarkably, there are no reports right now of any deaths. Ivan Rodriguez tonight is in Elkhorn, Nebraska with the very latest.
Just like the movie state, it was like just a freight train. The noise was so loud.
The monster tornado captured on camera in eastern Nebraska just outside Omaha, leaving devastation in its wake and ripping apart the Sunday's dream home.
I'm not too afraid to admit it. I was crying like a baby. We're thankful to be alive.
Powerful storms, including several tornadoes, swept across the Cornhusker State Friday afternoon, flipping semi-trucks and overturning rail cars.
Boy, look at the swath that they've got.
Law enforcement now searching for survivors.
Debris piles, we're looking in basements, trying to find any victims and make sure everybody is rescued that needs assistance.
Mike Woodward says nearly all of the trees on his property were uprooted by the winds, and he feels lucky to be alive.
We have a bomb shelter basement, and we were down there, and you could hear it come.
Oh, no!
The National Weather Service receiving reports of more than 80 tornadoes touching down in at least 5 states Friday. and the threat for more storms across the Midwest and Southeast lingers through the weekend.
It was just the scariest feeling in the world.
In Elkhorn, Nebraska, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Power outages have now dropped from 10,000 at their peak to about 4,000. The men and women who respond to tornadoes, hurricanes, and other disasters in Southeast Texas put their equipment on display this afternoon. This is Family Fly-In Day at the Beaumont Municipal Airport. Families able to get an up-close and personal view of medical helicopters, planes, other aircraft, and tools our first responders use to perform rescues and save lives.
Most people think that the airport is inaccessible, that they can't come here. And it's quite the opposite. We love having people here, so we want to get word out, and the best way to do that is have these fly-in events so they understand that this is really their airport. We just get to play in it.
Family Fly-In Day is an annual event at Beaumont Municipal Airport. Walking and running to fight cancer, the theme of this year's Relay for Life. The American Cancer Society today hosting the Relay at Ford Park. Relay for Life is the world's largest volunteer-based fundraising event. Survivors walk the first lap and caregivers invited to join them. Every year, Relay for Life brings in critical donations to help with research in the battle against cancer.
So Relay for Life is really personal to me as well. I have a mom who's a 2-time breast cancer survivor. It's why I do what I do. And as a facility, we treat so many patients with cancer. We love all of them. And it just is really a heartfelt thing to be able to do to give back to the community.
Relay for Life is marking more than 36 years honoring cancer survivors and remembering lives lost. Just down the road from Relay for Life, the city of Beaumont is hosting what it calls the 409 Weekend Celebration at Terrell Park. The tribute to Southeast Texas culture features music, entertainment, a variety of food trucks, and interactive games for families. Organizers say the goal is to come together as a community and celebrate everything that makes this region so special.
Beaumont is an incredible place to live, and this isn't just about Beaumont, it's about all the surrounding areas and being able to come together and celebrate in one fun, free family day.
By the way, the Celebrate 409 weekend continues tomorrow with a crawfish festival at the Event Center in downtown Beaumont. No rain impacting any of the weekend activities, but Greg, the wind is really kicking up. We felt it, and these are tropical storm force winds?
Yeah, the gusts anyway, yeah. So it's been pretty rough today. The winds will diminish a little bit tomorrow, still very windy. Then our concern could be some strong storms by Monday morning. We'll have the details coming up.
Also, protest, unrest, the latest university where violence is raging and dozens are detained.
Thanks for watching KFDM 6 News.
Thinking I should bring back my 100% all-white meat popcorn chicken combos for $6.99? You're in luck. I did. If you weren't thinking that, I bet you are now. My popcorn chicken combos are only $6.99. Get them sauced and loaded for just $1 more.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Dave Phelan refused to debate. What is he hiding? His liberal record on allowing illegal immigration. Phelan sided with open border Democrats to kill key border security legislation. He allowed taxpayer-funded benefits for illegal aliens. And Phelan even promised to give more power to liberal Democrats if he's reelected. Dave Phelan doesn't represent our values, and it's time for him to go.
Gallery Furniture introduces the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze mattress. Not only does it sleep great as the Tempur material conforms to your body, but if you sleep hot at night, it has an air conditioner that'll blow cool air all night long. If you get cold at night, it'll warm you up. It's got massage, vibrator, goes up and down for your head and feet. What a mattress, the world's most technologically advanced mattress, the world's most comfortable mattress, Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze. Buy it today. Gallery Furniture delivers tonight.
Introducing the best-rated burger in fast food, my new Smash Jack. A quarter-pound smashed patty with perfectly imperfect edges, melty cheese, and new Boss sauce on a soft brioche bun. Just one bite and you'll have a new favorite burger. Try it today.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Beltone Hearing Centers.
CBS Sunday on a new Equalizer.
I think my friend Raya's in trouble. We could be dealing with traffickers.
NYPD!
You okay?
I am now. Find the girls?
They're not here.
Where the hell are they?
If these are traffickers, it's a matter of time before these kids disappear for good.
A new Equalizer, Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
And now, Chief Meteorologist Greg Bostwick, the Weather Authority.
Well, it certainly has not been a good day for outdoor activity, especially boating. It's been very gusty, the winds today. The good news, even though the winds will probably be gusty over 30 again tomorrow, it should be a little bit less than what we had for today. And then, of course, our focus will be on the chances of rain coming up. Right now, our weather camera is on Interstate 10 and College. This is Beaumont Emergency Hospital. Not much sun today. The sun was able to peek through occasionally. Didn't have much success, and I don't think we'll see a whole lot of sun again for tomorrow, unfortunately. So a lot of cloud cover still coming our way. Let's take a look at the WeatherNet. Again, it's been a really windy day. Orangefield ISD, sponsored by Bullfish and Deep South Properties. 78 degrees right now. The high was 80. Wind gust 27. Actually, that was one of the lower wind speeds today, because there were some other spots that had stronger winds than that. Nature's River Wheelhouse, gust to 35. It's 78 degrees right now after a high of 81, and only 75 for the low this morning. It was very warm to start the day off. And around the lakes, we're running right around 80, especially around Rayburn and Toledo Bend up that way. Further north you go, it gets a little bit warmer. And then you head down to Interstate 10, almost everybody in the upper 70s. Even the beach, there's not much contrast. You get all these clouds like this and the wind blowing like it is, there's not going to be much difference from point A to point B. Here's the problem. This is around Wichita Falls. These are really some nasty storms, mainly producing large hail. Now, there's a tornado warning out for the Wichita Falls area. This particular storm right there was rotating a while ago. It doesn't seem to be doing it now, but there's the potential for severe storms in North Texas later tonight into tomorrow morning, and that will be mainly affecting areas west of the Metroplex coming up initially. Then later on tonight, those storms will move into the Dallas-Fort Worth area as well, and also sections of Oklahoma getting some pretty strong storms right now, especially Oklahoma City northward up into Kansas. A number of tornadoes still being reported today, not as bad so far as what we had yesterday. High temperatures were mainly in the 90s along the Rio Grande. It's 96 to Del Rio, 78 right now at the airport, 77 up toward Amarillo. Here's what we think will happen later on tonight. You see that big line developing out to the west of Dallas. It rolls on through the Metroplex, kind of moves to about I-35 around Waco by sunrise. We keep the southeast winds, very gusty again for tomorrow. Then the line kind of collapses and starts to reform late in the day. By 5:30, we're starting to see increasing activity from Shreveport back down to College Station. And watch this thing kind of congeal into a big area of storms moving down to the south and southeast toward Interstate 10. So that probably arrives right around daybreak. There's 7:30 on Monday. So heavy storms coming in about that time, then moving offshore. And really most of Monday after that initial hit in the morning will be fine. We'll be in good shape by afternoon. But be aware of that for school, for going to work Monday morning. Could see some pretty big storms there. 74 degrees overnight here in the Triangle, 45 up toward Amarillo. And we'll look for highs tomorrow mainly in the low 80s, but hot out west again, about 93 out toward Del Rio. And of course, around the nation, this weather system is not moving very quickly, so it's still generating lots of problems. The upper low is located over Nebraska, back down into El Paso. The upper level dynamics are such that mainly areas of North Texas into Missouri and Iowa will be under the gun here for the next 24 hours. I just don't think we'll have any severe weather here. It should be to our north, but we definitely have some locally heavy rain. You can see the main energy swinging across to our north during the day tomorrow. So again, that's one of the reasons we think we'll avoid any really intense thunderstorm activity. But we certainly are expecting the rainfall amounts to be locally heavy, and that's one of the big things we'll be watching. 1 to 2 inches of rain through Sunday evening. Not much for us, but watch our totals climb very rapidly up to about 2 inches, 2.5 inches, maybe 2 2/3 by the time we get to Thursday. Now we're spreading it out over many days, so it shouldn't cause any major problem, but it's going to be a big soaker coming up in the next couple days ahead. Windy too tomorrow, but not as bad as today. Wind gusts of 30 to 35 instead of 40. Obviously not much improvement, but a little bit for tomorrow afternoon. As far as the forecast goes for temperatures, low 80s in the forecast the next few days. Our lows over the next couple of nights will stay in the 70s, not a whole lot of net change there. And the rain coverage, well, it is definitely going up, 80% by Monday morning, and then 40 to 60% heading through the rest of the week. So it's definitely not over by any means once we get past Monday morning. Here's the forecast tonight for the lakes, about 70 for the low, a 20% coverage of showers for the Triangle. Lower 70s with 10% the coverage of rain. Still windy though overnight. Gusts to about 30 tomorrow on the lakes. Main threat of rain is late, after dark, coming up for tomorrow evening. So Sunday, you can still get out, just have to deal with the wind, and 60% late for the triangle of highs around 84. Pollen count, we're still in the medium range across the board. And extended weather outlook sponsored by Philpott Ford. First for the lakes, very active the first couple days, a little less active later in the week. No big change in temperatures. And for the triangle, our heaviest rain should be Monday morning, and then it slacks up quite a bit as we head on in toward the end of the week. And looks like we'll have less wind after tomorrow. The winds have just been really strong today, but they should be slowly abating as we work toward early next week.
Abating, we need that for sure. It's been two windy days in a row, and
yeah,
Greg, we haven't seen a 7-day forecast with that many raindrops in a while.
And exactly, of course, one of the things you note, when it's windy like this, there's always something bad to the north, and that's what's happening.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
Still to come. Where clashes have reached a fever pitch.
Submit your best weather photo by logging on to KFDM.com or Fox4Beaumont.com. You could win a Weather Watcher umbrella, sponsored by Beaumont Tractor.
Dade Phelan is from a very wealthy, well-known family. He has a very spoiled, rich kid, entitlement attitude showing up on the job. It angered a lot of people. The votes they're taking are affecting people's lives. They put their trust in you, and you take it so lightly. It was a wake-up call. Dade Phelan doesn't care about Texas.
Club for Growth Action is responsible for the content of this ad.
Hi, I'm Ben Case with Classic Cadillac, the Southeast Texas home for America's most iconic brand. Classic Cadillac presents the CT5, a premium performance sedan loaded with the tech you demand in a luxury vehicle. Interested in something more electrifying? Climb behind the wheel of the sophisticated all-electric Lyriq, a sharply styled, fast-charging luxury SUV. The full Cadillac lineup right here in Beaumont. Just one more reason to choose Classic Cadillac.
So what do you think about these? We like this.
Yeah, we love that.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
We're going to take everything down to the
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs.
Honey, you were right.
Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $1,500 off your complete bathroom remodel.
Cigar Club invites you to come find out what the good life is all about.
Before I hit the golf course, I make sure to stop by the Cigar Club.
There's nothing like picking up a premium cigar at the Cigar Club and smoking on your patio.
Before hitting the water, I always like to go by the Cigar Club and grab a couple of sticks.
With comfortable lounges, friendly staff and customers, and the best selection of cigars around, why would you shop anywhere else? When you think cigars, think Cigar Club. In Lake Charles and Beaumont, we'll see you at the club.
It's a fact. No one could sell a Ford for less than Philpott Ford. Nobody.
Pro-Palestinian protests not dying down at major universities. Today, about 100 people were detained at Northeastern University. Michael Yoshida reports.
From the river to the sea, from the river. Pro-Palestinian protests continued at major U.S. universities Saturday. Police detained about 100 people as officials cleared what a university spokesperson called an unauthorized encampment on Northeastern University's campus in Boston Saturday morning. Throughout the week, several schools called police on protesters, leading to the arrests of hundreds across the country. Protesters have demanded schools divest campus funds from entities connected to Israel.
We are students. We are peaceful students. Throughout history, when have students ever been protesting and you look back and you say, oh no, they were wrong? We know we are on the right side of history.
It seems like everybody has drunk the Kool-Aid here and across the U.S.
At Columbia University in New York, the epicenter of the demonstrations, negotiations continue between protest leaders and university administration.
We're kind of an impasse. The university is not acknowledging the movement and the extent of the movement, and what they're willing to offer is mostly just the statements.
Police have clashed with demonstrators and made hundreds of arrests across campuses nationwide this week.
What happened in there was that one cop stood up and said, "Ma'am, you need to step back. You need to step back." And here I am now, not just professor, but human being, watching this child being pummeled. I said no, and I stood there, but I stood in a way that was non-confrontational. I just stood there, and then I'm arrested.
I'm Michael Yoshida reporting.
The Palestine Solidarity Committee at UT Austin has been suspended after a protest led to 57 arrests. Those charges were later dropped. Mike's here with sports. Mike, final conference game for Lamar's softball.
Exactly right. Cards looking to go out with a bang before the Southland Conference postseason tournament. We'll have highlights straight ahead. Stay close, everyone.
Anytime, anywhere, you can count on the Market Basket Weather Net system.
Help us honor our hometown heroes. Log on to KFDM.com to nominate someone who makes a difference. Sponsored by Gulf Credit Union.
The new $1.99 Sonic Crispy Tender Wraps are here for a limited time in bold flavors like hickory barbecue or cheesy Baja. Give yourself some TLC, tender, love, and chicken for only $1.99. Sonic Crispy Tender Wraps.
Dade Phelan passed the strongest border security bill in Texas history. So strong that Joe Biden tried to kill it in the courts. But Phelan beat Joe Biden, and Texas is working to secure the border, build the wall, send the bad guys home. And that's not all. Dade Phelan passed legislation that keeps communist countries like China from owning our electrical grid, and he'll ban China from owning agricultural land. Dade Phelan, putting Southeast Texas first.
Nice to meet you. My name is David. I've been a pharmacist for 44 years. When I have customers come in and ask for something for memory, I recommend Prevagen. Number one, because it's safe and effective, does not require a prescription. And I've been taking it quite a while myself, and I know it works. And I love it when the customers come back in and tell me, David, that really works so good for me. Makes my day.
Prevagen, at stores everywhere without a prescription.
I know, you can't take your eyes off the Sonic Garlic Butter Bacon Cheeseburger. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. Here's why. Garlic butter, cheese, garlic butter, bacon, garlic butter. Need we say more? Sonic Garlic Butter Bacon Cheeseburger.
CBS Sunday on a new Equalizer.
I think my friend Raya's in trouble.
We could be dealing with traffickers.
NYPD!
You okay?
I am now. Find the girls?
They're not here.
Where the hell are they?
If these are traffickers, it's a matter of time before these kids disappear for good.
A new Equalizer. Sunday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
And now,
well, as the Southland Conference tournament nears, Lamar University softball getting a sneak peek of the championship venue this weekend as the Cards are traveling to Hammond to battle southeastern Louisiana. The Cards officially clinched a spot in the Southland Conference postseason tournament already, which is a good thing because Lamar lost both of their games in the doubleheader yesterday. Final conference game of the season, LU trying to avoid being swept. Cards down by 2 in the top of the second. Cameron Niedenthal puts one in play into center field here. She'd be safe at first and pretty happy about that. Now, the trick was to bring Cameron on home, but Brooke Davis next up to bat. There she is. She's going to ground one to second. Niedenthal out at second, but Davis beats out the throw at first. So Lamar still has a base runner, but she would be stranded. By the time we get to the fourth inning, the Lions lead grew to 6, but Ronnie Harrison delivers the second hit of the game. Another shot to center field. Lamar with only 2 hits in this game. They committed 4 errors as we go to the scoreboard in this one. Cards come up empty in Hammond. 10-0 was today's final. 5 pitchers combined to give up 10 runs on 8 hits. Lamar managed just 2 hits, committed 4 errors, as I said. Cards have one more game before conference tournament time. That game will be this Wednesday, May 1st at 5 p.m. at the LU Softball Complex against Tarleton State. Southland Conference tournament play starts Tuesday, May 7th. And taking a look now at the Southland Conference standings coming into the weekend, Lamar, as mentioned, had already clinched a spot in the tournament. They had an opportunity to move up as much as high as 2nd or finish as low as 6th. So with this weekend's loss losses. They sit at number 5 in the conference standings. A reminder, the top 7 teams that make the tournament, the lowest seeded teams, play single game eliminations. Stay with us on air and online as this tournament shapes up over the next few days. And the LSCPA softball team finishing its season today, doubleheader at Alvin. Unfortunately, the Seahawks dropped both games to the Dolphins, 8-3 in game 1, 5-2 in game 2. LSCPA softball finishes the year 16-40 overall, and they're 8-16 in Southland Conference play. Tough season for the LSCPA softball team, but hopefully they rebuild and get out after it next year.
Yeah, that's all it means. Next year will be better.
Yeah, we hope so.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike. Back with the final word in a moment.
Follow 6 News on Facebook.
Well, howdy, neighbors. This is Commissioner Sid Miller, Texas Department of Agriculture. I'm on a rhino hunt, and my #1 target is Dade Phelan. Right now, Communist China is buying up land all over Texas. Now, President Trump and I are trying to stop it, but Dade Phelan and his rhino buddies, they kill the bill. Now, we need leaders who will stand up for Texas, protect our land, and put America first. In the Republican runoff election, vote no to Rhino Dade Phelan.
We believe in being a positive force
in our community by being involved and giving back.
Earth Day only happens once a year, but at JK Subaru, every day is Earth Day. Our green initiative is focused on a better community for today and tomorrow. Stop by today and drive home a new Subaru Forester for $419 per month, or choose a new Subaru Outback for just $439 a month.
More than a car dealer, our people make the difference. JK Subaru at the airport.
Carolina Reaper tacos.
Wow, how did you get them so hot?
Legend says they combine
the heat of 1,000 Texas summers, the kick of a wild Mustang,
a lightning bolt from a West Texas storm,
and just the right amount of Carolina Reaper cheese.
Amazing.
New Carolina Reaper tacos, made with cool cilantro lime sauce and legendary heat.
That's what I like about Texas.
Joe Biden and the open border Democrats have made our country more dangerous. They've allowed millions of illegal aliens to enter America, including hundreds of thousands of known criminals. We have to fight back. I'm David Covey, and I'm proud to have the support of President Trump, and I'll stand with him to secure our border. Let's lock it down and deport every illegal Biden let in. That's where I stand.
Win a Weather Watcher umbrella when you watch The Morning Show.
Submit your best weather photo by logging on to KFDM.com or fox4beaumont.com.
We'll announce a new winner every Wednesday, sponsored by Beaumont Tractor, only on The Morning Show.
That wind was really something.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because the weekend a lot of folks like to do outdoor things. It's really hard to do much of anything outdoors because the wind is just really gusty. You try to put up an umbrella, to keep out of the sun. What little sun we have, it blows away. Get out on a boat, you can't get out on that. Golf, how do you like to hit to a par 5 into the wind? Not going to work too well. Anyway, a lot of wind in our forecast still tomorrow, not quite as high as today. What we're going to watch, though, is storms which are now in North Texas, up in the Dallas area just west of there. They'll be heading to the southeast gradually during the day tomorrow. So after dark, that 60% is really after dark, and then particularly the 80% is right around 3 a.m. to about 9 a.m. on Monday. So the morning drive to work and school may be a little bit rough there Monday morning with improving weather by afternoon, but we're still not done. More scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's springtime in Texas, which means a lot of times severe weather and some pretty heavy rains. We could easily see 2 to 4 inches of rain, total accumulation in the next 4 or 5 days ahead.
All right. Greg, what do you think about, we've upgraded.
I like it. Of course, this is my third place to do TV at. Of course, the old place and the Trinity site, we call the Trinity site over in Orange. Now this is by far the best. No doubt about it.
Absolutely. I think we look a little better under the lighting.
Yeah, all modern equipment, and it's a little shorter commute too, I must say.
That is true.
We like that.
And this is just the beginning. This is a state-of-the-art broadcast center. We have a lot of tools, bells and whistles we haven't even begun to use.
Right, so we're just scratching the surface right now. Yeah.
But we are going to look back tonight at 10 with some of your favorite KFDM anchors, Sally Rieger, Larry Beaulieu, Lisa Gibbons, who
Liz
made
Wiggins,
it big.
All kinds of people that I haven't seen in a long time.
So join us tonight at 10. Thanks for joining us for KFDM 6 News here at 6. Have a
Local news, weather, plus business, sports, and community information from the most trusted news team in Southeast Texas, all in one place. It's all at KFDM.com. You can count on us.